Hello. Hello,
You are the
guys.
host now.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Okay.
Everyone, good afternoon.
Afternoon, wherever you are. It's morning for me. Hi. Hi. Promise. How do I pronounce your name? Can you unmute yourself?
Promise.
Promise. Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you joining us from?
Barrie, Canada.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. You know Barrie?
Is that in Ontario?
Yeah, in Ontario, yeah.
I think I've heard of it before. Okay. Welcome. Do you have any specific questions you came with today, or you just came to listen?
Yeah, maybe I could
Matt Braintree has joined the meeting.
Done. 1 second. Sorry, go ahead. What did you say?
saying I could maybe tell you about my situation and you could see if you can help in any way. Yeah. Yes, can you hear me? Hello?
I didn't hear you. Can you please come again?
Yeah, I was saying, yeah, I came to listen to what you're talking about, and maybe I might give you my case, and you see if there's any pathway for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So since the last meeting, I started doing this thing where I prioritize people on the call in real time before I actually start answering questions of those that sent in their questions. So I would start with you if you're ready. Do you have
Okay.
any? Let's start with your case. Tell me about.
Okay. Yeah. So
No, hold on. Before I do that, let me make a quick introduction like I usually do for those that probably see them watching this after. And then I also have to give you a disclaimer just because of the confidential nature of what we do. So for those that are watching this, first of all, welcome. We almost went right into the questions, but I'll just quickly introduce myself. My name is Chioma Ogamba. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant and the founder of Kisha Immigration. So this webinar series is something we hold with our community members. For those that have questions that want to join, and some of them might not be able to join and they send us questions ahead of time, and we still try our best to get to them. Now, based on the nature of this, because of how personal it is sometimes, we might not be able to go into so much detail, especially if the person that asked the question is not on the call. And also, if I think that answering that might need more research or a longer time and, my consultations for me to really get deep, at least an hour. So given that we have 1 hour for this, getting around to everybody 1 hour each might not be feasible. So sometimes I might recommend a consultation, but I try my best to go as deep as possible, depending on what the person needs. So that said, I'm going to start with Promise, and any other person on the call that actually wants to, ask questions and get that detailed answer as much as possible before we go into the questions for today. So at this point, Promise, you can go on. Go ahead and ask me the question you wanted to ask.
Okay, yeah. So I'm in Canada on a visitor visa. Um, I've applied for a visitor record, and I'm looking for a pathway to the PR. Yeah. So I have a background in construction and entrepreneurship. I have a master's in construction, and yeah, I'm in the pool already, express entry pool. So I was wondering if there's any pathway for for construction for people with the background in construction, and yeah, I'm also doing entrepreneurship in tech, but I'm not a coding person basically. But I have a startup in tech that I'm working on. So I want to know, yeah, I could be like a project manager in tech sector and everything, but yeah, that's my background: construction and entrepreneurship in tech. Yeah, so I would like to know if there's any pathway or possible. Yeah.
You didn't mention your work experience. I would like to hear your work experience as well.
Oh yeah, I have 4 years of work experience. 4 years
In what
in
fields?
construction.
Construction.
So yeah, I had got my bachelor's in civil engineering. 4 years. Yeah.
Okay. So, have you explored any provinces because your experience might be in demand in certain provinces. Have you explored that?
Yes, I did, but I couldn't get anywhere. I applied just in. I got myself in the pool for Saskatchewan province, but yeah, I haven't gotten any. That's only where I could apply, but I haven't gotten any invitation or something.
Nation yet? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I was just going to advise that you check out other provinces that might be looking for the experience that you have already. And then try to sort out to see if you can get a job since you're in Canada. There are some places maybe you can walk in person and apply. That's the advantage of if you're here. Of course, most of them can be done online as well. So you've already done all the right things so far. It's just about trying to get a job. Try to get a job. Try to apply to more provinces that might be looking for the experience that you have. And if you have the funds, you can try to do a program. But since I think you said you already had a master's, right?
Yeah.
That would be my first option. So just try to see if you can secure PR or if you can get a job offer that will lead you to either PR or a work permit for you to stay back.
Okay. So LMI it's very tricky. I found it very tricky to find an LMIA job because I need an LMIA
I
job,
didn't say
right?
LMI. I didn't say LMIA. I
Mm-hmm.
intentionally did not say LMIA because it's not easy to get LMIA and some things have changed too. So that's why I said getting a job, because some provinces, when you have a job offer, you can use that to secure a provincial nomination. Not the only thing you can use, but it's one of the requirements that's the hardest to meet. So that's why I said getting a job offer, not LMIA. You don't need LMIA per se.
Or you can get a job offer without LMIA. Like a company can give you a job offer without having an LMIA.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Done. That's new. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. That helped. Okay, I'm gonna open up 2 more spots. Anyone else open to asking questions in real time before we go to answering the questions that were sent in? I think I'm seeing some names that sent in questions and are also here. Anyone else have any questions? Okay, I'll leave the spots open up until the end of the session. So I'm just going to go right into the questions in case you've already asked and submitted before now. So I can't, for some reason, I can't open the file on my laptop. So I'm just going to use another screen on my phone while I answer here. So the question I'm seeing here is from Victoria. Victoria is asking that she's saying she needs to know the easiest way to get a Canadian visa. Can someone invite from Canada? So because you're saying, can someone invite from Canada, I'm going to assume you mean visit visa, because that's where someone can invite you. And the easiest way to get a Canadian visa, you didn't specify the kind of visa. So if you're in the call, you can unmute yourself and clarify. If you're not, I'm just going to continue. So if it's the easiest way to get a Canadian visit visa, the advice I'm going to give on that is if you have family in Canada, you'd want to explore that option first. Coming to visit family is a stronger reason to visit Canada. The second strongest reason is if you're coming to maybe do something work related or business related. And it's almost at the same par with if you're coming to visit for tourism as well. The tourism one is usually better if you already have prior travel history built to visiting different countries. So that's what I'm going to say. Now, assuming the question is also going from the angle of the easiest way to get coming to Canada in general, like get a Canadian, because visa is the study, there's work, and there's visit, and there's PR. Now, PR is not necessarily a visa, but what they give you the first time is a visa until you come in and then you get your PR card. I would say it depends on your profile. It depends on your situation. It depends on what it is you have and don't have, and the network you have in Canada or you don't have. So it's not that straightforward. Also, it depends on your work experience. There are a number of things that I check to figure out the best way to come. Now, I don't usually like to hold on to the easiest or the fastest. I try to focus on the best pathway, because sometimes the best pathway for your profile might not be the easiest one and it might not be the fastest one. So I like to focus on the best. And when I say the best, when it comes to the way immigration is classified in Canada, so to speak, there's permanent residency and there's temporary residency. Now, when a client comes to me and they're looking to relocate eventually, of course, the best option is permanent residency, right? Because from there, you're getting straight to citizenship, because your goal is to relocate and settle in Canada. So it depends on your goal and your profile. So you might have the goal to relocate, but your profile might not just align with that goal. If your goal is just to visit and go back, then it's okay, what are you coming to visit for? Because sometimes you can actually visit and do a short course within 6 months and you don't need a study visa for that. So it all depends on what your profile is, what your goals are, the available options on Canada immigration and the pathways available there, and trying to match what the best option is. And I usually say that, the pathway to relocate to Canada is over 80 pathways. So figuring out the best one that works for you is actually where, the prior work is done, and then building from there. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next question. This is from Lucia Peter. And she says to go to Canada and work as so she's interested in going to Canada to work as a healthcare assistant. So it depends on this lady's. Yeah, it depends on her background as well, on her profile. If she really has the experience and the education it takes, then there are options for that. There are provinces looking for people that have healthcare background. So today's Q&A session is mostly about for those that are in healthcare and tech, and I'm going to get into that right after these questions, and I'll give you an idea and provinces you want to look out for. Now, David is saying he wants to start a new life as a 21-year-old. So as a 21-year-old, the thing there is, I don't know when you graduated university, and I know people that have graduated university at 19 years and also 21 or even later than 21 years old. So it depends on the work experience you have after your university degree. It depends on what you're coming to do. So the option there is also possible that you're coming to probably study. So at 21, assuming you don't have any work experience at all, my first option would be that you can come here and do your second degree, or you can come here and do your first degree if you don't have a first degree already. All right, so that said, I'm going to go into discussing about healthcare in a second. But before I do that, I'm going to give Promise some advice. So Promise, you might want to check out, I don't know the kind of specific, because construction is broad. There are different NOC codes under construction. So I don't know exactly what your NOC code is and the experience you have, but you might want to check out Nova Scotia, New Brunswick. You already mentioned Saskatchewan earlier. You might also want to check out Ontario and see if you can find options there. You can also check out British Columbia. So it all boils down to the exact, and then also Prince Edward Island. It all boils down to the exact NOC code, but I know they're looking for people that have construction experience, but it might not be every single construction NOC code that they are looking for. So you have to use that to figure it out, or you can reach out and we can have a detailed consultation and figure out the best pathway for you, or other extra pathways you can add to that. All right, so moving on. For healthcare, So it all boils down to the exact, what is the exact experience this person has. So Saskatchewan has a health talent pathway stream that requires job offer. So they are looking for people. So I'm going to start with provinces and then I'm going to go to federal. So Saskatchewan is looking for people that have like maybe managers in healthcare, specialists in surgery, in clinical and laboratory science, veterinarians, general practitioners and family physicians, so like your family doctors and so on, dentists, optometrists, pharmacists, audiologists, speak language pathologists, psychologists, chiropractors, physiotherapists, nurses, right? Different types of nurses, the practical nurses, the nurse practitioners, the nurse coordinators and supervisors, the registered nurses. So they are looking for a number of people, even people that have experience in med lab, like medical lab, technologists, even dental hygienists, pharmacy technicians, massage therapists, nurse aides, home support workers, caregivers. So Saskatchewan is looking for all of this. They have a particular stream and pathway for all of these people. They also have the International Healthcare Worker EOI, which is looking for same set of people. Yeah, same set of people, but you have to, indicate that you have interest. Psychologists as well, therapists. They're looking for all of these people. So that's for Saskatchewan. Now, British Columbia also has a targeted draw that they do for people that have experience in healthcare occupations. Same list like I mentioned the last time, very similar. So they're looking for nurses, doctors, surgeons, dentists, family doctors, medical lab technologists as well. Social workers is the new one here. Social workers, and all that. So far we have Saskatchewan and British Columbia. Then we also have at the federal level, so I've talked about Saskatchewan, British Columbia, and the last one I'm going to mention before I go on is New Brunswick used to have, they have a stream for skilled workers, and they have a section for healthcare, and they are also looking for nurses specifically, and also med lab assistants and home support workers as well. So the thing about the experience for those that are in healthcare is that not just is federal looking for you, but some provinces are looking for you as well. So now I'm going to go into that of the federal, and then I'll go into the tech occupations. So for the healthcare occupations in the federal level, it's the same group of people as well. If I see differences, I'll let you know, but the federal group is kind of much longer. So they're looking for specialists in surgery, veterinarians, dentists, psychologists, dietitians, right? I've not seen provinces looking for that specifically. It doesn't mean it doesn't exist, but dietitians, nutritionists, kinesiologists, right? Physician assistants, nurses as well, physiotherapists as well, occupational therapists, paramedical occupations, midwives, medical sonographers, medical radiation technologists, respiratory therapists, massage therapists, nurse aides, orderlies, medical lab assistants, pharmacy technical assistants, therapists, educational counselors, instructors of persons with disabilities. Okay, so I'm just summarizing here because it's a lot to start calling out. It's going to be really boring, but it's just to give an idea of what they are looking for. Now, that's for healthcare at the federal level. Now, if we want to go to the tech So at the federal level for tech, I'll start with that. They are also looking for quite a number of people in tech. Kind of falls under the umbrella of STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math professionals, right? So they're looking for engineering managers, architecture and science managers, computer and information system managers, architects, land surveyors, data scientists, cybersecurity specialists, landscape architects, business system specialists, information system specialists, database analysts, computer system developers, software engineers and designers, software developers and programmers, web designers, web developers, civil engineers, electronic and electrical engineers, computer engineers. So engineers and those in tech, basically metallurgical and material engineers, natural and applied science police researchers, consultants, and program officers. Now, while we're on this, even though it's not really the topic of the day, but just to quickly mention in passing, the federal skilled trades, also added cooks to the list of professionals that they are looking for. That was a new addition. So just to mention that if you know anyone that was also in that occupation, you can let them know that as well. Now, I might not be able to give every single province that's looking out for tech, but I'm going to try. So I know that when it comes to the provincial level, Nova Scotia is also looking for some healthcare, just to mention in passing. They're looking for some healthcare, like general professionals and family physicians, surgeons and nurses and truck drivers. Well, truck drivers is not necessarily in healthcare, but I mentioned it because it's under occupations in demand, and most people usually surprised when I say that. So that's, and even construction trades helpers and laborers, and that's for you, Promise. But truck drivers is just one of those occupations in demand that most people are not aware that a lot of provinces are actually looking for that. So that's an aside. But going back to health and tech, Nova Scotia is looking for, pharmacists as well and nurses and all of that. So they have a stream for them. So for the tech for provinces, I'm going to go back because that's where I was. I see any valuable information on my notes, so I'll just mention it in passing. Now for tech, New Brunswick is looking for some tech people. They're looking for software engineers, database analysts, information systems analysts, and computer programmers, computer network technicians, right? Saskatchewan is also looking for some tech. They literally have what they call a tech talent pathway stream that is just for people in tech. So they're looking for data scientists, cybersecurity specialists, database analysts, web developers, web designers, computer network and web technicians. So the way they have a stream for healthcare is how they also have for tech, and they also have one for agriculture, just adding that. For Ontario, they also have a stream for human capital priority stream where they have some, in-demand occupations for technology. So they are looking for data scientists, software engineers, web developers, web designers, data analysts, database analysts specifically. Just to name a few. British Columbia is also looking for cybersecurity specialists and data scientists and database analysts and web designers. So they are looking for engineers as well, chemical engineers, computer engineers, mechanical engineers, civil engineers. And that's for British Columbia. So the only thing about most of these provinces is that most of them are requesting that you have a job offer. And that was why I was telling Promise earlier that getting a job offer is not just LMIA. Get a job offer in the right province that's looking for the professionals that have the experience that you have. Chances of getting a provincial nomination just goes right up, skyrockets almost instantly. So tech is being looked for in British Columbia as well. Most of the provinces are looking for people that have experience in tech and healthcare. Not just that, but they're usually looking for that. Manitoba is also looking for those that have that experience as well. So definitely looking for computer and information systems managers, They're also looking for data scientists and cybersecurity specialists as well. Business systems specialist, information systems specialist. So you see that there's already a theme there. They're also looking for web designers and software developers and software engineers. So there's already a theme going on there. So that's going to be almost that. I'm just going to add one more province, which is Alberta, which is where I stay, for those of you that don't know. So Alberta is also looking for some tech people. They're definitely looking for data scientists as well, cybersecurity specialists, information system specialists, business system specialists, web designers, software engineers, software developers, web developers, database analysts, some engineers as well, mechanical and civil engineers and computer engineers. So the list, you can see there's this common theme of the fact that a lot of provinces, most of them that have provincial nomination program, most of them are looking for tech people. And so that's kind of like summarizes it. Today's session is not going to be so long, and we're going to have more sessions on social media as well. This might be one of the last, if not the last sessions we'll be having, because I'm actually at the point where we are trying to like figure out if we want to, go more on live, and we'll still have this, but it might not just be the same frequency. Okay, so that's it for today. Does anyone have any specific questions based on what we talked about, or questions that are related to your own situation that you want me to clarify? I'm open to hearing from you. Yes, Promise. I mentioned civil engineers. Yes, a number of provinces are looking for civil engineers. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, so Bill's asking if we need an employment offer to apply. Yeah, most of them require a job offer, which is what I was advising earlier. So if you're already in Canada, we can assist you with that. We can help you to try to at least land some interviews, and then you can go there and prove yourself and show that you have what it takes to get the job. We can prep you for the interview as well. So most of them require job offer. Most of them require a job offer. Most of them require that with that job offer, you can use that to indicate interest and have a high chance of getting a provincial nomination. So if you heard if you know someone that has experience of some of the experiences, like the work experience that I mentioned, you want to encourage them to book a session with me. If you're in that category, then you book a session and we try to like narrow down and come help you with that. If you're in Canada, you have a good chance of getting a job offer and then using that to get your PR. Okay. If there are no questions, you're welcome. I don't know what you're saying, please do from us, but
You said you're going to, like, you could help people land interviews.
oh yes, we can.
Okay, so how can we get there? How can we proceed to that step?
Okay, so I want you to send me your email address, or you can just drop it on the chat. You can drop it, send it as a direct message to me or Debbie. So that Nkem, I don't know if you're Nkem in our team or if you're someone else. So yeah, so thanks. So I've seen your email address. So yeah, we can use that to reach out to you, and we can give you information on how that works. So basically, if you say it's a service we offer, and I would like to see if we can assist you with it before you go ahead to, I would like to see your resume and all of that. Now I have one last question to respond to, and we'll call it a day. So I'm saying for the tech stream, which provinces do not need a job offer as a must? I'm not in Canada. I have 2 years of experience as a computer hardware and network technician. Okay, so let me quickly see if I can find provinces, because most of them require a job offer, to be honest with you. Nova Scotia requires job offer. New Brunswick is the one that might not require, but the thing is their process changed recently. They don't share that in demand as much, so they're just going off of what we knew from the past. Saskatchewan does not require job offer in some occupations, but for tech they do require a job offer. And also for tech and healthcare they require a job offer. Most of them require job offer. So I would just say I would recommend that if you have a session with me, there are ways you can also improve your chances without the job offer. It depends on your profile. You might need a job offer, you might not need a job offer. So the job offer I'm saying, recently, was it this week that just ended? The new immigration minister removed job offer to have extra points. So you're not getting the extra points for the job offer specifically on the federal leg, but you're getting it, should you get the job offer, you're getting that on the provincial side, which also contributes to the federal leg at the, along the line. Someone that has, how long has he been practicing as a family doctor or general physician? How many years do you know? 3 years. Yeah, person can definitely find a way to come to Canada for sure. We can help him with the process. Definitely possible. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. I think we've come to the end of it right now, since I'm not seeing any other questions. Thank you for joining. Stay tuned for the recording for those that joined late.
Hello, please. I dropped the question on the group chat.
When did you drop it? I've been checking. I didn't see any.
I did now, probably network or something. You can check it. I mean, on the comment section.
There are different pathways to apply through. Your question just dropped now.
Okay.
I don't think you asked this question earlier, but I'm just seeing your question. There are different pathways. It depends on the experience you have under healthcare specifically. So there are advantages for federal and provincial. So I would advise you try to see if you can get a permanent residency. So just book a session. So for those that are here, you can get a discount. Just reach out to us and let us know that you are part of the session, and you can get a discount to book a session with me. And we can go deeper into your profile. So I'll ask specifically, Victoria, do you have experience in healthcare right now?
Yes, I do.
Okay, how many years?
2 years experience.
2 years?
Yes.
Okay, so this is a good time to start planning towards getting PR. It's possible. So I would advise you book a session for us to have that conversation in detail and at least give you steps of what you can be doing right now.
Okay. But does it require proof of funds?
If you get a job, you might not necessarily need that. But even if you have a job, it's always advised to have proof of funds. You want to come here without any money?
No.
You do need some money. Even if you have a job offer and you're starting job immediately, before you get your paycheck, you wait at least 2 weeks. So you still need to show you have some money.
Okay.
Even people that get scholarships still need to show they have some personal money. So yeah, you do need to show proof of funds for sure.
All right.
But someone that is showing proof of funds as a student that was coming to study as an international student, it's not the same amount you show if you're coming in as a PR. It's much lower. So don't let the proof of funds be a problem. Start with what you have. I usually use myself an example. When I started my process, I did not have my full proof of funds in my account. I didn't. So start with what you have. If you qualify, start. along the line, when you need the money, hopefully things will fall into place. But don't use the fact that you don't have the money right now to not start. A lot of us will not be in Canada today, and Canadian citizens, if we were waiting to have the complete money in our account, it won't have, I don't think it would have ever be complete. But something
Thank you.
is the way things shift when you do make the decision and actually start with what you have, okay? All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, everyone, and have a good evening or day wherever you are. Reach out to us on Kisha Immigration on Instagram, and we are going to give you like discount. Okay, let me give you the discount code right now. Debbie, do we still have the discount code for the webinar on, or is it deactivated? Debbie, you're muted in case you're talking. Is it deactivated?
Yes, ma, it's on. No, it's on.
Okay.
The one for the holiday, let me just put it on the chat box.
Okay. So
Yeah.
for consultations, you can get up to 40% off, which I usually don't give, except usually not public. I usually give it on the webinars here. So unfortunately for those that are no longer here, they don't get to have that. But for those that are here, you get to have 40% off to book a consultation with me. We can also share this with those that are watching it after. Okay, when you share the recording, you can also share the discount code, and it expires on Monday. So try your best to book it in. And then when you come on board, we do have a discount now for our packages, right? So if you book a consultation with me, when you end up using us for any of the services, you would get a discount of that consultation out. And right now we have another 15% running. So best time to book the consultation, if I were you, is today or tomorrow, so that the earlier you get in to speak to me, the earlier you can at least make use of the ongoing Eid discount for whatever package you want to use. But no pressure. I look forward to having a chat with you all in the next group session or on a one-on-one. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening. Bye.